In this presentation, we will tackle cultural safety and respectful workplace. We will start with the introduction followed by issues, analysis, recommendation, and summary. Introduction. Cultural safety is an outcome based on respectful engagement that recognizes and strives to address power imbalances inherent in the healthcare system. It results in an environment free of racism and discrimination, where people feel safe when receiving healthcare. In order to achieve cultural competence, a nurse should have awareness and acceptance of one's cultural differences and of others. When you gain awareness, you can balance your judgment that could lead to cultural sensitivity. It involves considering the cultural background and experiences of other people. As a result, cultural competence is achieved. It encompasses knowledge, skills, and attitudes of healthcare providers which evolve around empowering clients. Respectful workplace, on the other hand, is a norm established under integrity, fairness, collaboration, professionalism, and trust. A respectful workplace is characterized by inclusivity, values diversity, clearly communicates expectations around behavior, promotes employee health and safety, provides resources and training to resolve disputes, strives for improvement, and has open channels of communication. The Respectful Workplace Policy of the Northern Health Authority outlines expectations for respectful conduct and defines unacceptable behavior. This diagram shows that failure to address conflict and disrespectful behavior in a workplace can create disrespect, harassment, and can even progress to violence. On the other hand, if properly intervened through conflict resolution, team building, setting expectations, and investigation, a respectful workplace is achieved. So why do we need to build a respectful workplace? Building a respectful workplace is important as it increases engagement when we feel that we can make a difference. There is also higher job satisfaction, which can lead to a better patient care, improved patient experience, and trust. Their linkages with one another are valuable. To better understand our concept, allow us to present our case study. Case scenario: if you have been hired as a new RN on a pediatric unit in a large urban teaching hospital. The hospital is proud to provide many services for a culturally diverse population. From time to time, family members of admitted children often employ alternative healing practices specific to their culture and bring special foods from home to entice a sick child to eat. One of the more experienced nurses said to you, "We need to discourage these people from fooling with all this." You have observed how important these healing rituals are to the children and families and believe that both the families and the children have benefited from this non-traditional approach to healing.
Oh, hi, good morning. This is Maricar from the Dietary Department. How can I help you?
Hi, this is Nurse Rain in Pediatric Department. So I have one patient and his name is Lawrence Abdul Rahman with MR number 12345.
Oh, for a while I will check. Oh, Lawrence is under my care. What is your concern about this patient?
I just want to have a consultation because the patient isn't really eating well and the mother is asking me if it's okay to give Papa Ethan and Zamzam. So do you think it's okay for me to give it to the patient?
Oh, thank you for raising your concern. About this matter, actually there's a lot of people asking about Zamzam and Papa Ethan. Zamzam actually is rich in calcium and magnesium, and Papa Ethan is also rich in carbohydrates, iron, fats, and protein. And it is both safe and not contraindicated to any medication. So it is scientifically proven, and don't worry, it's safe to give to your patient.
Oh, thank you so much for that information. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, sweetheart. Hi, Lawrence. I have here papaya. That's your favorite, right? Okay, let's eat. Good, good, good. And then you'll have to drink this Sam for you to get better. Come on, come on. Good job. Very good, very good. Feel better? Feel better? Oh, that's my boy.
Where's that smell? Hi, good morning.
Hi.
I'm looking for the source of the smelly something. Is it? Yeah, I will report it to the maintenance.
Oh, maybe this is Papa Ethan.
Papaitan?
Yeah. I gave this to my son. This is his favorite. You want?
No,
Okay, you
no,
can
no,
try.
no, no. It's okay, it's okay.
Okay.
And what's that?
Oh, this is Sam. I let also my son drink this.
Oh.
This is healing water. This is really good and effective for sickness.
Okay.
Yes.
I guess I'll just open it, the exhaust fan.
Okay, sure. No
Sorry.
problem. Are you sure you don't?
No, it's okay.
Papa Ethan, you can try this. It's delicious.
No.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
Okay. Welcome.
Hi! Oh, Nurse Avenue, you're also here. Good morning.
Okay.
Hi! Did the patient already eat?
Yes.
Oh, that's good
He
to
loves
hear.
Papa Ethan. Thank you for allowing us to eat. And also this
Of
one,
course.
Sam. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Oh, it's
Right,
good
Lawrence?
that he already ate.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
By the way, she's so kind. He let us
Oh,
eat Papa Ethan, my son's favorite.
it's
and
our
then-
job. It's
Oh,
our job.
Thank you so much. So considerate. Thank you so
No
much.
problem.
Come here, follow me. Why did you allow them to bring stinky food to our ward?
You mean to say the papaitan and the zamzam?
Yes, it's so stinky. It's bothering other patient. It might be bothering other patient.
Well, the zamzam, in our culture, it's really important. Culture and religion. It's a healing water for us, and it's really important. While the papaitan, the patient isn't eating anything, and the mother told me papaitan is the only way that he can eat.
Did you even consulted the dietitian?
Mm. But shouldn't we be culturally sensitive first? I read in the policy of Northern Authority that it is really important to address these things.
There you go. Very new but Miss Know It All.
Hey, you seem upset. What happened?
You know our senior nurse, Avinet?
Mhm.
She's really, really rude to me. Like every single thing I do, she snaps on me. Even though it's based on the policy. And the last straw, she confronted me in front of the patient. It's so very unprofessional.
Mm-hmm. You know what? She's always like that.
It's not because of my tradition or because I'm a Muslim.
No, it's not. I mean, she always does that to every new nurses. I had my fair share of experience actually.
Seriously?
Yeah.
But did you address it to the manager though?
I mean, we were new nurses before, and like addressing those things are like not something to, it's not something within our scope. So
But
no, we're
in our orientation, in the first day,
mm-hmm.
they talk about the policy about safe, respectful workplace.
Mm-hmm.
I think I should address it to the manager. Do you
Well-
think I should address it?
Well, I mean, you can if you want to.
I think I should.
Okay.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Rain. Please have a seat.
Oh, thank you.
Just make yourself comfortable. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah, I called you because I'll be conducting an evaluation because it's part of the hospital in our institution to conduct evaluation every 3 months for the new nurses. So first thing first, I heard a lot of good things about you from your colleagues, and they told me that you're good in your rendering in your nurse and giving nursing care and also in your attendance. And about your experience in your hospital, how's your experience in your department?
For the work,
Yes.
Well, actually, I find it like easy to adjust here because
That's
I
nice.
think the hospital policy really helped me a lot for me to know how do I give nursing care to my patients.
Okay, that's good. And next thing is how's your relationships with your colleagues,
Mhm.
your peers, and senior staff nurses? Is there any concerns regarding with these people?
Well, majority is
Yes.
really helpful to me,
Mm-hmm.
but there is one specific nurse, a senior nurse, that I find it really to work to it.
Oh, okay.
She always reprimand me, even though I do a nursing interventions according to policy.
Mm-hmm.
And there one situation where I allowed one patient to eat samsam and papaitan, and I actually consulted the dietitian first. And I allowed it because it is really important for the culture of Muslims like me, but still she finds faults in it. And I really felt humiliated because he confronted me in front of the patient.
I see. It's a good thing that you raise these concerns. And it's we're here already, so I highly appreciate your concerns
Mhm.
and thank you for speaking out and voicing your concerns about this matter. And we'll definitely give you feedback about this matter. And can I have your consent regarding with these issues? Is it okay to have your consent?
Will it be confidential though?
Yes, it will be confidential. It will be you and me.
Then it's okay
Okay.
for the investigation. I will give my consent.
Okay. Thank you, Ray.
Let us now examine the issues involved. So, what are the facts gathered from the situation? The new ARN allowed the mother to bring papatin, a traditional Filipino food made of goat or beef tripe and offal with added bile for flavor. This would entice her admitted son to eat as it was his favorite food. The new ARN also allowed the mother to let her son drink zamzam, an alternative healing. She even consulted the dietitian prior allowing the mother to do so. However, the senior ARN reprimanded the new ARN for her actions, showing a negative attitude towards the aforementioned cultural practices. The act of reprimanding was done in the presence of the mother and patient as the new ARN discussed the incident with a colleague in her unit. It was then that she found out that her other colleague also got the same treatment from the same senior ARN when she was still new to the organization. So what are the assumptions? The new ARN assumed that the negative attitude that she experienced from the senior ARN might be due to her religion and preferences. Also, she was well aware of the policies of the hospital, but the senior ARN probably took it negatively, feeling bypassed by the new ARN since she was not consulted first prior to doing any interventions. This was displayed by the senior ARN saying that the new ARN was Miss Know-It-All. Let us now analyze the situation. Based on the facts and assumptions presented, we can say that different views on addressing cultural safety and create conflict among the staff. In the scenario, the new ARN was trying to demonstrate patient-centered and culturally sensitive care by allowing healing rituals that promote patient wellness. This was fully supported by the hospital through provision of services and establishment of policies intended for the welfare of a culturally diverse population. However, the senior ARN did not exhibit the same cultural safety and humility. Her contrasting view on alternative healing practices resulted in conflicts arising from discouraging the patient's expression of cultural practices. Incivility was also seen in the situation. Remember how the senior ARN confronted the new ARN in front of the patient and the mother because of the stinky food. This negative behavior can affect the morale of the new ARN and at the same time affect the trust of the patient towards the nurse. This can also impact professional conduct and relationships among colleagues. Incivility can also manifest in forms such as sideways violence, disruptive behavior, abuse, disagreement, bullying, and hostility. These actions commonly take place in hospital settings. This can create a number of detrimental effects which can even escalate to violence. Taking a closer look at this continuum, It describes how acts of incivility can be expressed in various forms of behavior. From low risk, which involves eye-rolling, sarcastic comments and taunting, it can actually extend up to a higher level such as threatening behaviors, racial or ethnic slurs, intimidation, and even physical violence. We also need to analyze how the seniority culture can affect workplace safety and relationships. In nursing, the phrase "nurses ate their young" has been indicative of how senior nurses displayed authority, dominance, and even abuse to their new nurses, as in the form of bullying. Since this was already seen as a workplace culture, the nurses involved just remained silent, less assertive, and accepted the situation as it is. They also became passive-aggressive by gossiping against the senior RN. These actions can eventually create conflicts and harm relationships. Ethical dilemma, bias, and prejudices. According to Har et al., nurses make ethical judgments not just on the basis of life and death consequences, but also in relation to the views and perceptions of other nurses and in everyday concerns and issues that involve rendered nursing care. The negative behavior shown by the senior towards her colleagues represented ethical insensitivity and implicit assumptions with regards to permitting safe cultural practices. Last but not the least, let us examine how gaps in communication can further complicate even the smallest issue. We all know that internal conflict in nursing units is constant and that is often the result of poor communication. If one party misjudges or misinterprets the words or actions of another, it has a great risk that it would lead to conflict. Failure of the new RN to properly channel the communication process resulted in the senior RN's negative reaction towards her action. Upon identifying the issues and analyzing the situation, we can now make recommendations. These questions were created to guide us through our recommendations. 1. How can the new RN confront disruptive behavior in the workplace? 2. How will the senior RN adapt cultural safety and respectful workplace? 3. What should the RN manager do to address the issues effectively? An arising conflict calls for an immediate corrective actions. This acts to contain the problem and minimize untoward effects. The RN manager is responsible for this task. This should take place within 1 to 2 days after the incident. In this process, the new RN should be asked for consent in the investigation process. Because of the sensitivity of the issue, confidentiality of the complainant must be safeguarded. For the senior RN, it would be best to schedule an informal meeting through which she can also express her side. This can include allowing her to examine and reflect on her own belief, behaviors, and personal ethical dilemma. In collaboration with the manager, they work together in understanding and addressing these issues. Another priority intervention is to craft a root cause analysis, making sure to involve the staff part in the conflict. As nursing practice is evolving and adapting, revisiting existing policies on cultural safety and respectful workplace should also be made to check if there is a need for revision or updating. While immediate corrective actions can limit and contain an issue from aggravating, it is most important to actually address the root cause of the problem. By doing so, creating a permanent or preventive corrective actions should be emphasized. This managerial role can take a lengthy time of 1 month up to 6 months to accomplish. Strategies would include conducting cultural workshops. They have to coordinate with knowledgeable individuals to present information about the values, behaviors, and communication patterns of the different cultural groups that represent staff. They can also establish a program for orienting foreign nurses and new nurses to the hospital or agency. The orientation program must be designed to help newcomers adjust to the new work environment. Moreover, socialization plays an important role in developing a healthy workplace relationship. They can do this by planning events at which nurses, practitioners, and other staff members can socialize and discuss cultural differences informally, in a relaxed environment such as team building. Also, when it comes to the application and understanding of safe cultural practices, coordination with specialists in transcultural communication, example is with an Aboriginal liaison officer, can be helpful. Also, when revising policies, Ensure all employees adhere to the stated policies through staff evaluation and audits. There should also be continued follow-up and monitoring of the corrective actions implemented and verification of their effectiveness. We have seen how the manager plays an important role in conflict resolution. To effectively perform his functions, he must always keep an open mind, administer the collective agreement, ensure fairness when dealing with staff, and understand the goals and values of the union. Additionally, he should never jump out of conclusion without listening first to the problems, conducting investigation, and later on to negotiate. For staff nurses, we recommend that they adhere to their roles and responsibilities, which include the following: to practice patient-centered care by allowing healing rituals that promote patient wellness while ensuring safety. To actively engage in the resolutions that the manager presented, such as participating in meetings, group activities, orientations, staff education programs that can help to address cultural safety and respectful workplace. Also, they have to recognize their co-workers' cultural and educational background. They should acknowledge that a co-worker's value system and perception of what constitutes good patient care may differ from one's own. It is also their responsibility to regularly check hospital policies and protocols and be active in advocating for change or revision if necessary. They should also ensure access to resources. Remember also to praise your coworkers' competency. Be appreciative to the knowledge gained by working alongside a skilled nurse from another culture. As communication gap was seen to be a barrier, learn to establish strong interpersonal communication skills. Lastly, be an advocate. Report to the supervisor if a nurse is endangering a patient or another coworker because of language difficulties or different cultural values. Record any problems that occur and keep a copy of the notes provided to the supervisor. Documentation will ensure reliability and veracity of the reports claimed during the investigation process. In summary, we have learned that cultural safety is the result of carefully tailored policies that aim to protect workers and consumers with different cultural values in the healthcare sector. It promotes a workplace free from discrimination against race, culture, and religion. This is important because it shows the ability to make everyone feel respected, especially when it comes to different cultural practices, beliefs, and habits concerning health. A respectful workplace is an environment where workers treat each other with respect regardless of cultural orientation. This creates an environment where competence is promoted, encouraged, and practiced. In a well-mannered work environment, employees go to work with peace of mind. Employees also develop strong interpersonal communication skills with the team and are motivated to work at their maximum potential because they are treated equally and fairly. We have also learned the important roles nurse managers play in ensuring cultural safety and respectful workplace adherence in the organization. Therefore, they need to possess qualities that are crucial in accomplishing their tasks. Nevertheless, the roles of the nurses should never be regarded less. Their collective efforts and contribution towards the resolution process can greatly help in creating a culturally safe and respectful environment for the organization, the staff, and most especially the patients.